forward to today's lesson because we are going to do some really fun and imaginative creative writing. And what I also really like about what I've planned for you is that most age groups can take part. Whether you are in year 2 or year 6, you can join in and then you can write your very own fantastic description today. We are going to imagine that we have a magical bag and we are going to put things in the bag that can be absolutely the most wacky ideas ever. We're going to describe the bag as well. And then we're going to think about what we would do with the bag. I've created a list, a bit like a template, I suppose, of things for you to write in the right order to create your fantastic description. Would you like to see it? Let's have a look. So your description is going to be made up of 3 parts. The first part is a description about what the bag looks like. The second part is about what you put into the bag. And actually, you only have to write 6 things that you put in the bag. That's a good number. It's not too short and it's not too long. But the 6 things you put in your bag must follow this format. You need to say what weather you would put in the bag. Nature, feeling, sound, object and smell. Those are the 6 things that you're going to put in your bag. You might think that sounds a little bit bizarre and crazy, but that's the best thing about creative writing is that we can be bizarre and crazy. Woo! And then the third thing that I want you to write about is what you do with your bag. The best way for me to explain this is to give you some ideas. So let's have a look at some examples that I've written to help you. I have a magical bag which is made from a handful of stars picked from the midnight sky. It is tiny and I like to carry it wherever I go. In my bag there is a beautiful rainbow which lights up the room whenever I take it out. I have a single red rose in my bag which prickles and spikes like knives. There is a notebook in my bag for me to write down all my hopes and dreams. I can smell candy floss in my bag, as sweet as a fun fair. I've put a sprinkle of surprise in my bag to keep me on my toes. The sound of a gentle orchestra is in my bag and can be heard whenever I open it. I will take my bag on adventures and gather even more treasures as I go. Objects, memories or feelings. All of those I'll put into my bag because it is very, very special. So there is an example that I've written. I'm going to read another one to you just so you can keep getting the hang of this, and hearing examples is always really useful to give you ideas as well. So have another listen to the next one. I have a magical bag which is made from the finest thread spun by 1,000 spiders, and it has a gold zip on it which was given to me by an ancient genie. There is an invisible pocket on the front of the bag, but I'm yet to find it. In my bag there is an angry storm, lashing lightning and grumbling thunder. I have an apple tree in my bag which shoots up into the air if I unzip it too wide. There is a silver lantern in my bag which lights up even the darkest of days. The aroma of home-baked cookies fills my bag, and there is a pinch of pride in it. The hum and buzz of an army of bees can be heard right at the bottom of my bag. I will take my bag to the highest mountains and to the depths of all the oceans. It will accompany me on treks through desolate deserts and missions into space. It is a magical, magnificent bag. So children, you can see on that second example, I have followed the structure of the 3 things we spoke about: what the bag looks like, what we put in the bag, and then what we actually do with the bag. And then I've put it all together and created a description. Let's go through all those 3 different things again, including the 6 in the middle of what goes in the bag, and then you can have a go as well. Okay, section Section 1, here we go. This is the bit where you talk about what the bag looks like. But also, children, you might want to say what the bag is made out of, because ultimately that will determine what it looks like, won't it? So in my example, I said that my bag was made from stars that were plucked from the sky. Maybe your bag could be made out of clouds or candy floss or tears or sand or pebbles, absolutely anything. And that will tell you what it looks like, won't it? So you need to think about some really wacky, crazy ideas. Try and avoid the normal boring fabrics that a bag could be made out of. The whole point of this is to go a little bit crazy, think of some really amazing, strange ideas. And then when you've done that, write it down and then join me for Section 2. So Section 2 is about what you put in the bag. And we're going to think of 6 things to put in your bag. The first one is a weather. Now, I know you can't really pick up the sunshine and put it in your bag. It's not really something you might find in your school backpack now, is it? But the whole purpose of this exercise is it's creative writing. We have the opportunity to be very creative. So it can be a weather. In my first example, I said a rainbow. And in my second example, I said there was a storm. You could maybe think there is some fog. There could be some rain, it could be sunny, it could be snowy. Maybe when you open the bag, a blustery snowstorm sprinkles out of it. Maybe when you open your bag, you get soaking wet because it's as though you've been in a rainstorm. You can think of any weather to put in the bag, but maybe do a little bit of description with the weather as well. The second thing to put in your bag is something to do with nature. It could be an animal, it could be a plant or flowers or trees, anything to do with nature. The third thing to put in your bag is any object you like. Now you can choose the most mundane, boring object, but as long as it has description around it, then that will bring your writing to life. The fourth one is a smell. And instead of using the word smell, you might want to think of words like scent, aroma, fragrance, okay? Just keep thinking about, you might want to use a thesaurus to get some good words, just to kind of make your writing a higher level. I'm thinking of you, year 5s and year 6s. So what could the smell be that you've put in your bag? The next one is a feeling. So we're going to be thinking about emotions. Maybe you've put anger in your bag, or sadness, or happiness, surprise, nerves. Think of lots of different feelings. Which one of those is in your bag? And then the last thing to put in your bag is a sound. So you can think of anything. It might be the sounds of the roaring waves. It could be the whistling wind. It could be a certain musical instrument, or someone shouting or singing or playing. It could be a motor car. It can be absolutely anything you like. When you've written those 6 things down, then you have completed the second section, which to be honest is the longest one. And then you can write it down and then join me for Section 3. So the last section of your poem is about what you actually do with your bag. Do you sling it over your shoulder and go off to school with it? Do you hang it up for safety in your bedroom? Maybe you bury your bag because you don't want anyone to see and hear about the magic inside of it. Maybe you take your bag with you on lots of different adventures. Maybe you give your bag to somebody because you would like to share the magic with them. Think about what you do with the bag. And then once you've written that, children, hey presto, hooray, you have finished your descriptive writing. It would be amazing for me to see some of the work that you are completing. So you could either take a photo of it or type it up and put it in the comments below, because it'd be so nice for me to see the hard work that you're producing for me. So well done. You've done it pretty much now, finishing off all of that creative writing today. And it's really good, isn't it, when we can think of some crazy ideas, really out of the box, the wilder, the better, and then we can put it on paper. So that's really good. So I hope to see you again in the party classroom. And now I can start my party. Job done, teacher done, creative writing done, dancing time, woo!